Over $500 million gold, account number 2 on global. $250 million gold on my third account on the Europe server. Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox. Do you need gold? Is your gold low? Let us know in the comment section how much gold you actually have. This is going to be a gold guide. I did one in the past, but this one is going to be refreshed 2020. And yeah, I'll be showing you a bunch of stuff. And yeah, as I talk through this and tips for you guys, guide you to get more gold, save more gold, manage your gold, how to get gold, how to be efficient, and you know, enhancing gear, which gear you should enhance, which one you should give up on. And yeah, it's a lot of information, but I'll be showing you a bunch of stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like button, and if you still haven't subscribed, subscribe for more and press the bell notification if you want to, of course, be alerted whenever I release a new video. I made almost 1,000 Epic 7 video. I have a lot of guides, so if you need help with the game, go through my playlist, guys. Okay, so this is my account number 1 on the global server, my first account when the game got released on global. This is how much gold I have here, 336 million gold. If we go in my sanctuary, I can actually craft a bunch, but the crafting materials, you multiply that by 1,000. So basically, if I craft with all my materials, it's gonna be 141 million gold that is going to be required. The thing is, if I'm going to be crafting weapons, helms, chests, and boots, well, not everything is going to be good. So I'm going to be selling, and if I'm selling, that means I'll be getting gold like on a rare item level 85, which is what I'm going to be crafting, right? I would get over 10,000 gold, depending on your the level of your pet. You know, pets can increase the amount of gold you receive when you sell stuff, and yeah, they're pretty useful, but I wouldn't spend a bunch of gold to actually get a bunch of pets. You shouldn't worry too much about that. You get one daily, you might be buying a few with gold, but don't go crazy on that. So something I want to explain to you guys is the rarity. Normally how I proceed is I go through my hunts, right? I'm usually farming Wyvern, and in Wyvern it will be dropping, well, it depends on the stage that you're farming, but let's say right now I'm farming stage 13. Your goal should be to farm Wyvern first, and you should be you know, aiming to clear stage 10 and then move on to 11, 12, and 13. So the way I do it is I sell everything that I don't need, of course. So this is sold. Stuff like this, main stat is flat, I don't need that, it's not speed. And it really depends on your progression level. Early game player, mid game player, late game player. In my case, I'm a late game player on all 3 of my accounts. I'm a free to play player. I've been consistent with the game. I've been dedicated to Epic 7 ever since it got released on the global server, and it's almost been a year and a half. It's crazy how fast it's been going, but it's with a lot of dedication and efficient play. I've been managing my resources properly. I've been using my sky stones, converting them into energy, and I've been farming like mad. So this chest is heroic quality. This one, because I'm in late game, right? So I can easily sell stuff. So this is effect resistance, we got health and crit chance. I'm going to be crafting stuff to give you a better idea of what you should be keeping, what you should be selling. So this one, it's gone. So you can see it's over 15,000 gold. So all this stuff, I was talking about the fact that if I craft, it's going to be 141 million gold worth of crafting. If I'm going and I'm actually going to craft some weapons, you can see that it's 42 of these required, 42,000 gold to craft. That hence why I'm saying 1,000 gold per crafting material, aka 141 million gold worth of crafting. But I'm gonna be selling if the stuff is bad, which it usually is for me in late game, that means the rares, they're gone. I'm selling the rare. I'm selling the heroics that don't have 3 usable substats. I don't care if it doesn't match. If I'm going for purely offense, let's say it's a weapon, I'm going for attack percentage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. If it's not like these 3 plus like speed and epic, like I will still keep it. It's about balancing your stats. You still need health on your hero to survive PvE content. In PvP, well, maybe you're going full on offense and you need to go crazy. So how do you get a ton of gold? Well, you have to be, like I said, consistent every day. You have to use all your free energy, and you should be saving your leaves. You should be saving your sky stones for when there is an event that increases how much gold you receive every time, well, you know, during that event. So you should be farming your hunt stage, the highest stage you can farm in the hunts. In my case, Wyvern 13 is my preferred one, and you just go crazy. You farm it as fast as possible. If you can run a 3-man setup, I would recommend to just go with a 4-man setup and have the fastest clear speed as possible, so you can get as much gold as possible during those gold buffing events. And that's how you're going to be able to squeeze extra gold. And you should burn your sky stones, convert them into energy, and spend all those leaves and all that energy as much as possible, and play as much as possible during those events. That's one way to do it. But most of the time you're going to be just doing your dailies, and you're going to be dumping the rest of your energy in your hunts. And that's how you're going to be getting, you know, a ton of gold, by getting gold out of the stage when you clear it, but also by selling the bad gear. So that's definitely very important to do on a consistent basis. So in this case, this is my speed team. We're just gonna be doing one run as I talk about more stuff. So of course you're gonna be doing your abyss purification. You're gonna be grabbing your gold in your sanctuary, your sky stones. You can sell penguins, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star penguins for gold as well. But most of this stuff is not gonna give you that much gold. But if you do it on a consistent basis, then of course everything adds up. But most of it will come out of your hunt stage clears, and by selling the bad gear that you do obtain. So it's very important that you don't let your energy, you know, max out. You want to always be sure that you won't hit the limit, and you can hold press on your energy to see how long it's gonna take for it to be maxed. So if you're going to sleep, maybe you should run like one hunt, so you can spend some of it, so when you wake up in the morning you can you know, spend more energy before you go to school, before you go to work. So yeah, that's definitely very important. If you're doing adventures, it will not be giving you much gold at all. Running adventures is for getting catalyst. It's for getting you know, materials like gear, the gray gear, the green gear, and the blue gear, the rare gear, that drops in adventure that is not high item level, meaning that it's below item level 70. That gear, you use it to feed into the potentially good items that you have found. So that's actually not where you should be getting your gold. But you do have to balance it out. You can't just be spending all your time doing hunts, because you're gonna have a bunch of gear that needs to be enhanced, and you don't have so many charms that you can obtain in the game. So you have to go an adventure and get gear to feed into the ones that you want to enhance. You're gonna be getting charms, you're gonna be getting gold, you're gonna be getting stigmas, you're gonna be getting catalysts, rare, epic. You're gonna be getting the father's experience. All this stuff is very important. So right here I got almost 37,000 gold, and this item is actually, yeah, I'm actually gonna enhance this, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna be enhancing it to a high enhancement level. I might just enhance this to plus 3, plus 6, and then it doesn't roll well. It's already the combination of effect resistance and effectiveness, which I don't like, but maybe it does ignore the effect resistance, and it rolls mostly into speed and effectiveness. And it's great if it does, because it's on a hit set, more effectiveness out of that set. But maybe it just dodges the effect resistance and it rolls between speed, critical hit damage, and effectiveness, which would be fine by me if the values are high. But this is not the type of item that would be worn by a lot of heroes. That's definitely, that could be an issue. So your Stigmas, you're going to be using them for, just skilling up your 3-star heroes, as well as gold is going to be required there with rare catalysts. And the Stigmas, the ones that are left, you could be making some phantasmas, or you could be making some penguins. The penguins, you should not be making a bunch of them unless you have this probability blessing maxed out. You need to have it enhanced 3 out of 3, because it will give you the best chance to actually get 2 and 3-star penguins. And then after you get them, you're going to be going in here in hero, in transmission, and then you will be selling them so you can get a bit of gold out of that. So that's how I filter it: 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and I select the penguin's face there. And well, it's not penguin, it's like it's penguins and phantasma. So this is 6,000 gold. A 2-star is 3 times more, so it's going to be 18,000 gold, and 3 times more than 18,000, that's 54,000 gold. But with a 3-star penguin, you actually get a silver transmit stone, which is actually pretty nice. So you should not be using your penguins to actually increase your experience on your heroes, because experience is very easy to obtain in this game. You should not be wasting your penguins like this. Just sell them, and that's definitely going to be the best thing you can do. And you can use your friendship points to actually go and summon. You convert your friendship points, you go into your store, friendship, and then you use your friendship points to get friendship bookmarks, and then with the friendship bookmarks you will be doing those friendship summons. And then when you do these, you do get fathers, 2-star heroes that are food, and those are used to promote 2-star max level to 3-star, and that's how you end up like 4-starring, 5-starring, and 6-starring your heroes. But you can see here at the well, not the bottom, but you do have the chance to get penguins in here, and that's one way to get some extra gold. It's actually here. You see, well, they're spread all across here, but yes, you can get 1-star and 2-star penguins out of this. So that's pretty. Actually, it's 2-star penguins only. Yeah. So the key, of course, to get a lot of gold is converting that energy into gold. So by running your hunts. So how do you get as much energy as possible is, of course, every day you buy your energy from the store using conquest point, using friendship points, and then outside of that you got those web events here that you need to go into. In this case it's this one, but it always changes. This one is Crozet's Operation Confession, and here look at this, 60 energy 3 times. Like, that's crazy. You need to do this every day. That's so much value, so much value. And then in this case, like, you can roll the dice for this particular web event, but you get so much value out of these sometimes. It really depends which one it is. But when I get some easy energy like that, oh man, I'm happy with that. So definitely stay on top of that. Every single day you do have to go through this stuff. You can get extra energy here for rating the event. So very, very important you go through this stuff on top of the dailies, your weekly missions. All this stuff is small amount of gold. Another thing that's important is in the secret shop, if you're going to be refreshing this place or if you're checking it every hour, and you should, unless you're sleeping, working, at school, whatever, if you're busy, but you definitely want to try to do this as much as possible, because that's like 3 sky stones that you're getting for free when you check every hour. But if something shows up here, you should go and check out my secret shop refreshes videos to give you an idea what kind of gear you should be buying. But you have to keep in mind what you're going to be buying is you're going to spend that gold, and then you still have to worry about enhancing it. And then if it's not so good, then the higher you enhance it, like even more gold will be wasted. So you definitely have to be careful when it comes down to buying a piece of gear out of this place. But in early to mid game, of course, in early game there's a much higher chance of you getting an upgrade here, but you should be waiting until the secret shop is at least level 10. In my case, it maxed out at level 13, so you have the highest chance to get the highest item level 85 gear. And I believe that at shop level 10, that gives you the best chance to get the best rate for Covenant Bookmarks and Mystic Metals. Don't quote me on that. I think it might improve actually when you bring it to shop level 13 by a bit. But if you're going for a big session of secret shop refreshes, you're going to be using a lot of sky stones, then you do have to increase the level of your secret shop. That's actually quite important. And you should have a lot of gold on hand when you're starting these sessions, because you might be getting like a few epic items that I mean, it's all down to luck, but it might happen, and you don't want to be stuck with not enough gold, and then you got like you know, mystic metals there plus an epic item that you want, or maybe just a heroic. Especially gear that is on the right side is quite tempting, especially in early to mid game, because when you enhance items on the right side, the main stat gives you a lot of power. But out of everything in the game, I can't stress this enough. When it comes down to enhancing your gear, that is when it matters the most, because that is when you might be spending a ton of materials, and it might be charms, it might be sacrificing gear that is not like below item level 70, like gray, green, and blue items. But if you're sacrificing all that into a bad item, you're losing all that experience, you're losing a lot of gold. And then if you're not confident with this item, that means you're not going to be bringing it to plus 15. That means you're not going to be reforging it, and you definitely don't want to start reforging items that you're not proud of, items that you're not going to be using for a few months. And just don't do it. You have to give up. You have to stop. You know, stop at plus 6, stop at plus 9. Like, start really thinking about it. Don't start like dumping a bunch of like charms into an item that you don't feel confident. So be very careful with that, because that is how you waste like your gold the most. That is definitely how. There's a lot of stuff you actually need to do in this game, but I have guides covering different things. I have, if you wonder about like how you should be enhancing your gear, when you should give up on a certain piece of gear, you definitely should go and check my gear guide. If you still haven't, you should check my crafting session videos that I give you my thought process whenever I just craft a bunch of stuff. So you will have an idea of you know, how you should deal with certain items. When you get an item as a drop from your hunt, then don't be sitting on like garbage items. Like, you should be selling them instead of holding on to them, or maybe it's taking you too long to decide if you should be keeping something or not. But yeah, check out those guides. They will definitely help you out. I did a gold guide in the past. If you want some additional information, you might want to check that one out. But yeah, just check my guide playlist. I do have a lot of information in there to help you guys out. Like I said, almost 1,000 Epic 7 videos. I can show you some of my gear. Let's just go here. I sort this by level to give you an idea of what kind of gear I've been, you know, enhancing. These are item level 85 items that were reforged to item level 90. And look at the stats that these things have. I don't reforge unless the item is very good or amazing. So maybe you're starting off in the game. You might not be an early game player, but a mid-game player. Maybe you're farming Wyvern 10, 11, 12. Maybe you're starting to farm 13. But you should worry about enhancing item level 85 items. Don't power item level 70 gear unless you're in early game or maybe mid game and they have very good substats, because you will be wasting your gold, your materials, because you need to think about the late game. Like, how long are you going to use this item? If you're not going to be using it for weeks is very short. I'm talking like months. You should be thinking, your mindset should be, will I be using this on a hero? Will I be happy to wear this in a few months? If not, then don't bring that to plus 15 unless it's an item on the right side, necklace, ring, boot, that, yeah, of course. I'll talk more about this stuff. Stuff on the right side, you won't be as strict versus items on the left side. Like, give you a few examples. Like here, it's on my Sid as a damage dealer. The effect resistance is going to waste. This right here is on my auxiliary lots. I need speed on this hero, so in this case, the critical hit damage and the crit chance is kind of going to waste. But a crit chance, I can put it to good use if I'm going to land a few critical hits, because I have Challenger Domino in my team, so it's giving her combat trendness. But maybe you're not understanding anything out of that. I'm just telling you guys, you have to not worry too much about the exact stats the item have. You have to look at the big picture. You have to balance your gear across your character. It's not about like that one piece, it's gonna make or break your hero. No, it's about the big picture. So in my case, if I'm going for speed, because speed is the most desired stat in this game, but it's also the hardest stat to actually increase. So you have to be very careful when you are tunnel visioning speed when you are going all out on speed. Right here, this is all good. The defense, of course, if I'm going for pure offense, I don't need it. Like these items, I feel like they are very good. In this case, I didn't care too much beside the speed. It's a speed set with 18 speed after reforging, so it's very nice. This is a health set. When I was farming a Golem, you know, before a long time ago, but Wyvern is definitely the place you want to be farming, because speed set drops there, critical set drops there, and hit set drops there. The best value are on those three sets. You can get a great value out of some other sets, but in Golem, the value of the sets are bad. In Banshee, they are very good. They give you utility as well, counter, lifesteal. In Asthmatic Hunt, you got the immunity set, very useful for PvP. The rage set is nice as well, because if you want to deal as much damage as possible when you have debuff or debuffs on the target, it's very good. But Wyvern is where it's at, because you can scale your speed very high. Speed set, you can see 25% speed increase. Some other gear, the effect resistance is wasted here. Effect resistance, you need to stack it. If you don't stack effect resistance into, you need to aim for 150, 200 plus effect resistance. More like less than that is not going to be too handy at all. And you're going to be stacking this on a support hero, maybe on a healer, a hero that has utilities. You will not be stacking effect resistance and effectiveness together, so don't go for items that roll between these two stats. It's not a good idea, because you have to go for either like one of them. Like, go purely for effectiveness on someone that needs to land debuffs. Go for effect resistance with more survival, like speed, health, defense percentage for heroes that, like a healer, that you don't want debuffs to land on them, and you want to like cleanse your team off from debuffs. So look at these things. Like, there's flat defense on this one, but the rolls were mostly on, you know, attack percentage, critical hit damage, crit chance. Challenger Domino here, the effectiveness on her is wasted. So if you go for pure value on gear, like this necklace is crazy. Like, a piece on the right side, a necklace and a ring is very, very hard to get the right main stat. In this case, it's critical hit damage and the right set together with great substats, especially having them roll high value. In this case, the effect resistance is wasted, but the rest we can all use. So the combination of the fact that it's a critical hit damage necklace on a crit set with critical hit chance plus crazy speed, this necklace is out of this world. It has a lot of value, it's very good, and it's very hard to get something like this. So you're going to be more strict on your weapon, your helm, your chest, and then it's, you're not going to be as strict on your boots, because like on a pair of boots, let's go for speed. This is on item level 85, it's 8 speed initially. You multiply the main stat by 5, which becomes 40 speed, and that's how much you're gonna have at enhancement level 85. So at 85, it's 40 speed, you reforge that to 90, it's 45 speed. When you have speed main stat boots on a speed set, that gives you a lot of value. That's 1 piece out of your 4-piece speed set. And anything out of those substats is going to be great because you're just gaining pure value at that point. So if you can get maybe a mix of offense, survival, if you get really lucky and it goes crazy into survival, like health, percentage, defense, percentage, effectiveness, that's very, very good, because now that means that piece is insane for a support hero. In this case, it rolled mostly in health percentage, which is very cool. And if you have one that is like more on the offensive side, that is of course also very good. Like this one on my Shuri, you can see that the critical hit chance and critical hit damage rolled very well. This item is not that crazy. Well, initially, it's still pretty good considering the fact that it was able to dodge the effect resistance, which we don't need. And the flat defense, I believe, might have rolled once in there, but the rest, it went into critical hit chance and critical hit damage. So we did lose some value because it's effect resistance and we have flat defense. But to be honest, like the crit chance and crit damage on those boots is pretty sweet. If this was like speed main stat on a speed set, that'd be even crazier. But in this case, I need the attack percentage on the main stat. So yeah, let's move on to, I shown this item, this one I did. So Rosie, like this is a combat Junes booster, a 3-star hero, 3-star Earth Thief, and you want speed on those combat Junes boosters, right? Speed is the priority. In this case, this is flat attack. On this particular item, I went purely for speed because it's already speed set and it had speed. So I decided to roll it. Even though the main stat is completely garbage, it's because I'm going to be using this on a combat units booster, boosting the combat units of my team, allowing my whole team to potentially go one after the next before the enemy team. So if I'm going first in a battle in PvP, this dramatically increases the chance of me winning because I can start to take their team apart. So that's why speed is very important, but you should not tunnel vision speed because it's very hard to actually roll. It rolls between 1 and 5, and this is going to give you a lot of pain and suffering if you chase for speed like real bad. You have to look at the whole picture here. Especially in early to mid game, you should not be chasing speed. Of course, in late game, you can start to go pretty crazy after it, but still, you have to look at the item as a whole, and you have to incorporate it in your, on your whole gear, on your character. So maybe you have a piece that has more like survival, but your hero is a damage dealer. This piece might cover the survival part of your hero, and the rest of the gear might have more offensive substats, main stat, whatever. So you just balance the whole thing. So in this case, it was chasing for speed, didn't care about the main stat, purely going for speed on a speed set. This one here, once again, speed set, speed, the main stat, Sinful Angelica. I mean, I'm not going to be talking about all the heroes, but it was about like getting a bunch of speed and effect resistance on this hero. So this worked out just fine. And actually the crit chance is pretty great because she becomes immortal. She cannot die. So if she lands a critical hit chance on a hero like Martial Artist Ken, he's going to counterattack her instead of my damage dealer when she triggers a dual attack. So that means like she's taking the hit instead of my damage dealer. So that's very cool. She can reach 100% crit chance because of that. But that's like some crazy min-maxing in late game. But yeah, just I don't know why I wanted to say that. Challenge the Domino here on this ring. We got a main stat, attack percentage, so pure damage per hit. And to be honest, the effectiveness is completely wasted on her. It was about the combination of attack percentage and critical hit damage to increase how much damage she, like to inflate her damage per hit. It's not about survival. It was, that's how I was thinking, like why I'm wearing this on her for now. But if a hero needs the damage plus the effectiveness, of course it gets way more value out of that ring compared to a hero that doesn't even use effectiveness at all. So here was purely a speed and a speed set. As you can see, going for crazy speed when it comes down to reforging item level 85 to item level 90 is gonna be very important because you can get a lot of speed out of that. This is pure damage. Damage with crit damage, crit chance as well. The effectiveness is wasted. The health is actually usable. Here it's like maximum critical hit chance on this. It's pretty insane, but we lose. The effectiveness is wasted. We can use the effectiveness on my Sid. He needs to land defense break on skill 1, so it's not so bad. The flat attack actually boosts this ring to increase his damage even further, but I would take critical hit damage instead of flat attack unless I was capped on critical hit damage. Maybe I reached 350% already, but that's not gonna happen for you unless you're wearing destruction with some crazy gear anyways. This is speed with the speed substat, and everything else is actually usable here if you put that on a damage dealer that needs to land some debuffs. But some gear is gonna help more heroes than others. Like this is pretty specific. This is a bit too specific. We got effectiveness for a damage dealer, so it's weird. If maybe you want to put that on a debuffer, so you're going to be using the effectiveness, defense percentage, and speed, but the crit chance and crit damage might go to waste. But I still went and I reforged that piece because just solely from the speed, the fact that it's on a speed set and it has fairly decent speed on it, this is yeah, it's pretty good. But if you're not going to be using the effect resistance, it's going to waste. I talked about this one already. Effect resistance. So as you might have noticed, I've been saying that effect resistance is pretty much garbage unless you're going to be stacking a bunch of it. Well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And press the bell icon for to be notified whenever I release a new video. And like I said, check out my other videos. I got so many guides. If you're having troubles in the Abyss as well, I got a lot of videos with for PvE, for PvP hero showcases, showing different teams in PvP, different teams in Wyvern, be it like Wyvern stage 10, 11, 13. I got so many different group compositions. I'm using group compositions that are using free heroes, free to play friendly teams. So if you don't have the right heroes, your roster is pretty small, well, you can rely on heroes from the hero, the connections, the hero connections, and you can use some 3-star heroes that you do have to summon, but still much easier, of course, to obtain than 4-star and 5-star heroes that you have to summon. So you should check those out if you're having some issues. So yeah, that's really it for this one. I'm Astranox. Peace out for now.